What's up, you? Welcome to the channel. Brian the Divine Healer here with you. About to school you real quick on your birth chart, right? So I'm kind of breaking it down for you so you understand a little bit better what's going on. Now, it's not going to be an interpretation of your birth chart. It's just an example of how it's all laid out, okay? So let's get it. All right, so birth chart layout. Each zodiac sign has 3 deacons, aka watchers, right? So here's the breakdown. The first deacon, which is like the overseer to your zodiac sign, starts in the beginning of the month, days 1 through 10. Okay, now don't get on my schnit because, you know, there's 30 days in the month, 31 days in the month, some 28, whatever. It's just a breakdown. Second deacon, middle of the month, days 11 through 21 or 10 through 20, however you want to calculate it. Third is the end of the month. I think you get it, right? 20 through 30. So each of these deacons, right, they have their own personality characteristic traits. So let's just break it down, okay? So not only you're probably familiar with the idea of each zodiac sign rules different parts of the body, right? Right. Like for Libra, it's the kidneys, lower back, yada, 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 right? You can check all that out. I'm not going to get into that. It's too many details. So with the zodiac sign, it rules parts of the body. But here is where the deacons come in with the watchers. Those deacons, they're kind of like the you could say the fallen ones, the watchers, the evil ones, whatever. But they do reverse on you. So if you're born in the first part of your birthday month and you have that first deacon, well, you know, pretty much that whole sign of Libra, the whole body parts are just run by everything. So it's not broken down by month, like the days in the month, like the deacons are. But the deacons rule the same body parts, but they do damage. So it's like black magic, right? So if, you know, with Libra and ruling the kidneys, right, the deacon would kind of offset that and make your kidneys all jacked up. See the balance? There's always a dark, there's always a light, there's always a good and a bad. So, you know, if you're running your stuff good and drinking water and all that other stuff, maintaining your health, then that should be the strength overcoming the deacon, because the deacon is by default, it's there first. So those are going to be naturally put on you, and then you have to do the work to keep on it so that you're not falling into that trap. It's very tricky to understand, but I did make a video about King Solomon and how he you know, commanded the demons and stuff. In the middle of that video, go look at my playlist, check it out. It breaks down each deacon 1, 2, 3 for each zodiac sign. So I might find it, put in a link. I don't know. You guys are making me do too much work over here, right? So that's the deacons. That's what's going on. Let's continue to actually the pie chart with your houses for your birth chart. Now that was kind of like the rundown for the deacons, right? So now let's get into your houses. Okay, so astrology 101, right? So your natal chart, or slang for birth chart, is like a clock. Believe it or not, you got 1 through 12 in the clock, right? So does your zodiac sign. Your zodiac sign has 12 houses, which each house influences different aspects of your life. When's the last time you wrote cursive? Especially in chalk. What? That's crazy. Anyways, yeah. So basically, just like the deacons has influences over parts of your body, this house thing also has an effect over your life, but not really your body. Well, I guess technically, you know, you could, because we're going to get into all the houses and what they kind of represent. And you'll see. I think you'll be very fascinated with this idea. Okay, so let's break it down. Here we go. Time to get in your houses. Coming in your house. And away we go. Okay, so the first house of your zodiac sign represents your personality and your innermost self. Okay, so your personality is just obviously what you show to the world as who you are. But your innermost self, nobody can find that out. I mean, no psychics, no charlatans, whatever. This is something that is like on your soul level. Okay, let's get to the second house. This is your love life and finances. These are all pretty self-explanatory, okay? Like third house is your communication, fourth is your family and childhood experiences. Fifth house would be your creativity / expression, with the sixth house, work, wellness, and how people see you. That's a very significant house compared to the first one, because this is what you show the world. This is how they see you. I know, confusing, right? But not really. I'm breaking it down high school level, maybe even elementary. But with those houses, right, there's also planets. And then there's also the zodiac signs, okay? So let's just say you have Taurus, the zodiac sign, in your house, your love life. So if you have Taurus placement in your second house, that means the planet that is ruling your second house would be Venus. You got it? Okay, so now like for the third house in your zodiac birth chart, because it's like a clock with 12 hours, right? 12 zodiac signs. This is communication. So however you speak in the world is going to be represented exactly by the zodiac sign that is in your third house. Okay, so like let's just say you have the planet Mercury in your third house, but the zodiac sign is Gemini. Okay, so Gemini with the Mercury in your third house will be all about communication. So you'd be very well communicated. Your communication skills are off the hook. It means you can talk to people pretty easily, okay? That's what that means. Basically, in a nutshell, and we break all these down, okay? We got 6 more to go. This is why it's got to be very important. Let me just put this down. I'm tired of holding phone. You just got to understand something. Check this out, right? Here's the deal. People are like, oh, I'm a Libra sun, and, you know, I'm a Virgo this and whatever that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's great. But with just that knowledge, you're barely scratching the surface of who you really are. I spilled my coffee. Ugh, what a problem, right? So it's just scratching the surface. It's the index page of what your life is all about. That is why it's very, 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 very important to have your birth chart interpreted, right? Read for you. Too easy. I learned this at a young age, so I know this, right? You can reference things on Google. It'll tell you. I was like shouting out to Google, like, hey, what's this? What's this? Just because I knew, but it's quicker. You know, Google just gives me a little, I don't want to have to refer to my notes and all that to go dig in and find all that information out, right? But pretty much it's all up in here. So Google some information if you're kind of on the fence about understanding this very 8th grade kind of video. Right. Okay. So the more that you get into knowing your complete birth chart, which has to be your full name, has to be your place of birth. Sometimes you'll have no clue on what your birth time is. Like for me, on my birth certificate, I had the original. That bitch was whited out, so I couldn't see my birth time. So when you don't have the time exactly to this, not the second, but the minute, it's going to be a general message. It's not going to be very specific to you. It's just going to be, like we do in the tarot. It's a collective general reading for everybody, which means I'm not really trying to pull on my own intuition to tell you what your problem is. I'm just going to kind of generally put some info out there and hopefully that you can snag on the hook. Bagged you guys. Anyways, if it fits, it ships, right? That's kind of the general. So this is the same thing for your zodiac birth chart. Okay, so very imperative to know the birth time, because I figured mine out. And when I did my chart without the time, compared to having the time, because I had to dig in that and get it, right? Get up in there and find out, right? It took me a long time to get it. But there's a dramatic difference in this in the zodiacs and also with the planet alignments. Okay, so that's how I knew. Ooh, hey, I was a Libra sun on the general, right? I was born in September, right? Yeah. So then when I knew my time exactly to the minute, AM, PM, boom. Well, now I know for sure I'm a Virgo cusp. That's right, Virgo Libra cusper in the house. Because it changed just a little tiny bit when you knew the time, right? Because time is a clock, duh. 12 hours. The zodiac is 12 hours. So when you have each minute tick, each hour tick into a certain zodiac sign, it's only there for a certain amount of time, right? Because we know how the sun goes from west to east. It doesn't really go north south, but whatever. Stupid. But that sun goes into all of the 12 zodiac signs. But it only spends a certain amount of time. So that's for every planet, because they all rotate. Here's the deal. The stars, boom, are the constellations. That's like the firmament, right? That's like the dome. That's like in your room. You got the stars up on your thing. It's black light glowing and all that. Those are your stars. Those are your zodiac signs. Okay? Now, when you drop it down a level, that is when you start getting into understanding the details. Okay? Because it ticks. The sun will go in Libra, so, 30-day, whatever, boom, boom, boom. It just, right? So each tick is very important to see where you are in that sign. That's what I was really trying to say. All that extra drama trying to put it out. But it's very phenomenal to understand that, because if you don't, then it's just going to be general and broad, and you're not going to know the specific details, and you should. So I know it sounds like a pain in the butt, right? But I really, really, really know for sure in my heart, one, I got chalk all over my fingers, I love that, is that most of us walk around here, and you probably hear this on the tube a lot about, what is that, imposter syndrome, right? Basically meaning that you don't know who you really are, and you're just trying to fit into whatever that you know. So if you know that you're, Virgo sun, Libra sun, whatever, that's where you put yourself in that category, and when you break it down in those details, going that much lower to the earth realm, because the stars are up there, tick, 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 right? Planets go around too. You're going to get the specifics, the very, very dead-on specifics about you. And I can't tell you more than it's necessary. And I think everybody should do this. Everybody. Because then we're all trying to find ourselves. We're all trying to know who we are and what we're about. This is not a prediction. This is not fortune telling. This is not crystal ball and shit. This, my friend, is what the Lord says in the Bible, that your shit's written in the stars. And I will show you the signs in the heavens. And each person has a spot up there, right? So that's where you fit in. But you're not like everybody else. Just like you said, if you were born in the beginning of your birth month compared to somebody that was born at the end, you two will be similar but have very different kind of scenarios going on in your life. One might be a little bit financially struggling, the other one might just get it good. Because we're getting closer to the other sign, so the influences are not only on each zodiac sign shift, but the planets shift. Okay? Too easy. I know, it's dramatic and it's long, but I really feel that if everybody did this, you would know exactly who you are. So if you're going to go date, if you're going to go this, if you're going to do that, I would suggest instead of doing a background check, which is healthy, you probably should, but do a zodiac chart. Read that shit, and you're going to see exactly how this person is before you even get to know them. And what a better way to get to know somebody, right? Including yourself. So, let's get into the other 6. Deuces. Okay, my friends, we're at the home stretch. We got the last 6 houses of your birth chart. Let's get it. All right, so we have the 7th house, which is partnerships and how you relate to others, okay? The 8th house is mostly Pluto, because Pluto does represent death, so we have death and transformation here for the 8th house. The 9th house is your education and travel, okay? The 10th house is your career, legacy, and many other things, okay? It's pretty in-depth on that 10th house. Okay, so your 11th house is friendships and technology, with your 12th house, to clean it up, it's all about your subconscious and your intuition with your imagination. Woo! I sped that one up for you guys a little bit. Just because I know that some people's attention spans are that of a gnat, right? Maybe 3 to 8 seconds tops. So I had to cut this video a little short on the last 6 because you know why? Requires a lot of talking, right? A lot of understanding, a lot of patience, a lot of sitting there and checking it out, right? But I'm hoping that you appreciate this video because I did take a lot of time to put this together for you because I think it's very, very valuable that you know this stuff, okay? So you're probably sitting there saying, well, I don't want to pay somebody to do my chart. I don't even know my birth time and all that. Trust me. There are plenty of websites out online that do free birth charts. An example, I'll give you one. Cafe Astro. Cafe Astro. Check that out. Go look for a natal chart. Type in your name, your date, your place of birth, your date of birth, and most important, your time. And it'll give you about 13 pages of everything. So it's going to include, your birth chart, this and that and that and this, but it won't include your decans. That's all I'm saying about that. So definitely check that out for free. Don't get suckered into having somebody on YouTube pressure you or TikTok or whoever to get a natal chart reading because they're free. And I just schooled you on most of it, right? So you can even do this on your own. If you're very resourceful and you have some time to kill, Google it. To look into what the houses definitely mean, because there's obviously a lot more description that goes on with these things, and I just broke it down real quick so we get on those key words, key points, right? So then you're not falling asleep. So I definitely appreciate you being out here. This was definitely a gem that I wanted to drop on you. And like I said, check out that other video about Solomon's ring, because that's going to break it down. The demons, the deacons, same thing, aka the watchers. But do it. Don't be a Sally. Get to know yourself. So when you do this, right? Check this out. When you do this and you break down the chart the way I just told you, you're going to be astonished. I don't even know if that's the word. Amazed, holy crap, whatever. you're going to be blown away by the details of your birth chart and how you can relate to that in your life in this moment. Because you're going to say, wow, that is my personality. Wow, I suck at finances. Wow, I'm good at friendships. Whatever. Because it's going to give you the breakdown. And you're going to read all that and you're going to see the details. And you're going to be like, holy crap, this guy was amazing. Pat me on the back. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family if you have not already. Subscribers, if you want to become a member, check that out. There's some cool perks with that. Trying to round up some more so then we could do a private members only live. I mean, just us. Like, that's like immediate family, right? Right. Be blessed, be brave, be bold, be well. Peace and prayer every day, and binge my playlists. And tell your friends all about my channel. Bring them on over. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, my friends, and I will see you on the next one.